Some artists don't just sing songs, they create a feeling that stays with you long after the music stops. John Denver was one of those rare artists. Born Henry John Deutschendorf Jr., he became one of the most recognizable voices of the 1970s. But he wasn't drawn to fame in a flashy way. He wasn't loud or dramatic. He was gentle, thoughtful, and deeply connected to nature, love, and the simple things in life. And that simplicity became his strength. During the late 1960s and early 1970s, music was changing. Many artists were leaning into political messages and louder sounds. But John Denver carved out his own lane. He sang about mountains, home, longing, forgiveness, and love. And people connected to that honesty. One of his most famous songs, Take Me Home, Country Roads, became more than just a hit. It became an anthem. From the very first line, you feel like you're being invited somewhere safe. It's about belonging, about home. Even people who have never been to West Virginia sing it like it's their own story. That was John's gift. He made something specific feel universal. Then there's Annie's Song. This one was deeply personal. John wrote it for his wife Annie, inspired by the overwhelming feeling of love he had for her. The melody rises and falls gently, almost like breathing. It's not complicated, it's not dramatic, it's pure devotion. You can hear how much he meant every word when he sang it.
Come, let me love you. Let me give my life to
Wow. The impact, the feeling can be felt by both the old and the new generation. Even in 50 years to come, this song will still stand out.
Another beautiful piece is Back Home Again. That song captures the quiet joy of returning to the place and the people you love. It speaks about family, comfort, and warmth. John had a way of writing songs that felt like coming home, even if you were just listening alone. But his music also showed vulnerability. In I'm Sorry, you hear regret and emotional honesty. It's a song about admitting mistakes in love. There's no blame in his voice, just reflection. That openness made him relatable. He wasn't pretending to be perfect. And then there's This Old Guitar. That song feels like a quiet conversation between John and the instrument that carried his dreams. It reminds us that behind the fame and awards was a man who simply loved music. He often performed with just his guitar, and that stripped-down style made audiences feel close to him. It felt real. John Denver's voice was warm and clear, not overpowering, not overly dramatic, just steady and heartfelt. Beyond music, he cared deeply about environmental causes and humanitarian work. He believed in using his platform for something meaningful. His life wasn't without challenges. Fame brought pressure. Personal relationships were complicated, yet through it all, he continued to create songs filled with hope and reflection. Even when there was sadness in his voice, there was always light somewhere in the melody. When John Denver passed away in 1997, the world didn't just lose a singer, it lost a voice that reminded people to slow down, to look at the mountains, to appreciate love, to find their way back home. His music lives on because it feels timeless. When you hear Take Me Home, Country Roads, strangers sing it together like family. When you listen to Annie's Song, you think of someone you love. When Back Home Again plays, you remember what comfort feels like. John Denver didn't chase trends. He simply sang what he believed, and that honesty became his legacy. And that's why, decades later, his songs still feel like they belong to us. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into John Denver's life and music, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more deep dives and history of some of the greatest artists of all time. I truly appreciate your support.